Well, it was laid out flat, but the biscuit production has begun. So now it's all getting wrinkled up. God, he's so happy. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. I'm having some lunch. I don't remember if I ever showed that you were making pulled pork the other day. I think I did, briefly, yeah. There's just a little bit of that left. We've been eating on that. Mal was up this morning out doing some errands, but mostly getting allergy.
My first allergy shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting allergy shots because they...
Make your allergies better slowly over time.
Yeah.
I have to go weekly for a while.
But hopefully then you will...
I have some friends that have done it. My mom did it at some point when I was young, and they all said that it made their allergies better, so...
Okay. Well, I'm hopeful that you get some relief from that. Hayley's also doing some allergy stuff. She went through the shots already, and she's on to the patches, I guess. She showed me a photo of her back where they put, like, I think it's like 40 different little squares. So that's not the shots, that's the...
Like, it's a patch test.
It's a little patch test, and then they cover the entire back up with, like, some sort of, like, special film that you can't get to it. So she's had that on for 2 days and said the itching has been awful. She gets the film off today, but she still can't do anything or shower or anything until, like, Friday. So hopefully she'll learn something, too. After I eat this, I got a little bit of time, and then I get to jump back into Super Metroid. Very excited. It has been a week, so I have to try and remember where I was and what I was doing. It'll come back to me. Oh, it's like a whale, like... Super Metroid was very fun today. Because at this point, I have I don't know what's in the game, but I feel like I have most everything to help me explore things. There's very few things that are inaccessible to me at this point. So that's been fun. I have no idea if I can beat it next week or not, because I don't really know where I am. I just know that in all of the maps that I've been in, there's very little blue left. Most of the things are pink. I've explored most of the areas. There's just very little remaining. The problem is it takes a while to get to those areas, so I may not finish it next week just because of that. Anyway, for dinner, Mal yesterday started on yakisoba, and now it can be eaten today because doing the meat takes a day.
Yeah, you have to do the meat first, and then it sits overnight in the pan sauce.
Yeah.
And then the next day you prep all the vegetables, make the yakisoba sauce, and then you saute everything together.
It's very good. We haven't had it in a while.
I think I last made it when my dad and stepmom were in town. At the old house.
I mean, we've had yakisoba, but we get it, the
Costco.
Costco has it, which is good, but it's better, obviously, when you make it. Also, Brandon is here because Brandon is trying to Guitar Room Man.
Yeah, it's been going. I really wonder what it would be like to play that on a CRT, but not enough to buy one.
Yeah.
Not enough to buy one.
There's definitely some sync issues.
I noticed that when I look at it and try to play it visually rather than audibly, I do much better. So,
Which is bad when it's a rhythm game.
well, I don't know. It's like it's a visual rhythm. Can't you see the music?
I don't know. I agree. I would like to try that game on a CRT,
But not
we
enough
don't.
to buy a CRT.
We don't have a CRT. I wouldn't mind having like
A CRT.
Well, like one of those like tiny, really like high quality Sony like monitor type things. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
You mean like a 20-inch something or other?
It's not even 20 inches. It's like 13 to 15.
Okay.
They're like these. There are these Sony monitors from like the 80s or something, and they're like reference monitors,
Oh.
but they're very, very good.
Well, yeah, they're reference monitors.
And like, there's people that have them for retro games, and they don't take up a whole lot of space, and that's cool. But it makes everything look good, and more importantly, it doesn't have sync issues. Anyway, we don't need that. We let Brandon try Guitar Man, which is a PS2 game. I might have just talked about this on the vlog, but let's assume that you didn't see that vlog, so I can say it again. Guitar Man's this PS2 game from 2000. I don't know, the PS2 era, and it's just extremely unique. The sync on modern TVs with the PS2, even going through the RetroTink, is not super great, but it's relatively playable. And then the game that you saw just at the end there was Thumper, which because Brandon and Mao had been playing Frequency and Amplitude earlier, which are other music rhythm games from the PS2 era, and I was like, oh, Thumper is kind of like that. And after having seen Thumper, I'm like, oh yeah, Thumper is similar in the sense that it is on rails, but it is not like, it's not exactly like Frequency and Amplitude. It's got some similar vibes, but not quite the same. Anyway, today's been pretty good. I've gotten some stuff done. I wore my Earthbound shirt because today's the 29th anniversary of Earthbound. Mother 2 is going to turn 30 this year, so really we would call it the 30th year, but if you're talking about Earthbound specifically, that's today, and that was 29 years ago, because the US got that a little bit after Japan, which was pretty typical of Super Nintendo games. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. We're getting closer to the weekend and closer to having a guest here, and I'm very excited. Are you excited?
I am very excited.
I'm very excited. It's gonna be great. Thanks for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?